All right. I know. I can't even like, where do you want to start today? Because I loved our episode last week. We're really talking about a lot of personal things that go on in our lives, which is probably really what people care the most about anyhow. So here we go.
I feel like we're both such a hot mess right now, but at the very least, let's get a good show out of it.
Oh,
With all of
absolutely.
our drama/trauma.
Who wants to go first? Do you want me to
Oh
go
my
first?
gosh. No, okay, I'll go first. So, yeah. See, my problem with being on podcast and being on social media is I'm just naturally a very transparent person and I will talk about anything to a fault. And I really have to like watch myself because I want to just come on here and be like, oh my gosh, this is what's happening this week. This is what my ex did. This is what my kids did. But I need to put it through a filter of the internet is listening.
I don't know. Maybe this is a good question for your therapist, but I'm so curious about you because that was the lore of your blog back in the day. Like I can remember when your blog post would drop, like everyone like stopped to read it because everybody knew it was going to be so juicy. And I can't remember because you and Kane were still married. And I don't know what post you put out when we were all still on the radio. And like, I don't know, your posts were hot buttons and they were so good. I feel like, did you take it down because you and Kane had a disagreement? Anyway,
it was who knows.
But I know, right? You're like, there's so many times. But you've always been that truth teller. I mean, I think that's why our episodes are so highly rated because you do share your truth and you've always been that person. It's so hard, isn't it? I'm like that too. I just want to say what I'm really feeling.
I do just want to talk about it all. I guess it makes me feel better somehow. But, the only time it's really bit me in the ass is I do remember when Peter sued me. This was after our divorce. It was part of the post-separation crap he would always pull. And I talked about on my blog and on my Instagram. I didn't even spill like all the dirt of everything he was doing to me custody-wise. But I did I put it out there once when he picked up the kids when he wasn't supposed to, like on my day. And then I didn't see him for days. And I thought, okay, my power is in my voice. So I put it out there. The man sued me. And I remember we went to court. He wanted to have my Instagram taken down. He wanted to have Little Pink Monsters, my blog, taken down like that. I couldn't just not talk about him. He wanted it all gone. Like forget freedom of speech or anything like that. And he was such a narcissist. He actually thought, I guess, he could pull that off. Well, I mean, the judge shut it down in 5 minutes about that. But the judge did scold me and was like, you need to think about your children before you're airing all of your laundry on social media. And that's the only time it's really like kind of bit me in the ass and given me a little bit of pause of, ooh, is that just like an old white man, this judge that doesn't understand how the internet works now? Or do I need to not air everything on social?
Look,
What do you put out there? You have a good balance of what you put out and what you keep to yourself.
Only because Schman has gotten very mad at me.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I would share. Schman has said to me, I do not want you to share details about our sex life on the podcast. I don't, or on social media. And I would share it all. Like, I would share it all. Oh my God. Because there's so many good stories to tell, honestly. Let's just say this. I have taught Schman a lot, like I just like, but we've had some real moments of he has opened up a lot, since we've been together, but he's very private. He will tell you he doesn't want to be famous. I mean, Natasha, back in the day when I did live podcast shows at the DC Improv, people would come up to him and say, can I get a picture with you, Schman? And he would tell them no. He was like, no,
really?
I'm not on the show. Yes.
Oh, he has come a long way.
I'm like, you can't say that to my fans. He's like, I'm not a part of the show. I don't want to be famous. No. Like he would tell, I'm like, that's so rude. Oh my God. So I have, because of him, and I know you feel this way, you're madly in love with your children. If there's any ping of like doubt, I filter it through him. Like if I'm really like, oh, is this going to bother him? I mean, obviously with KJ now, you and I've talked, like I'm completely fine with exploiting KJ at this I don't care until KJ comes to me and says, "Mommy, I don't want to be on social media, or I don't want to do this unboxing video." Then I will not force him to do that. But until that day, like, no, he has to be on camera. Like, sorry, he's I sell him on endorsements. Like, I don't care. Um, so I've had to find balance. I've had to, and my family members, my brother has gotten very mad. Like, I've taught, my brother is in a serious relationship now, but he was single, and I've gone on air and solicited for women. He's not appreciated. Stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and see, I'm hitting that point with the girls when they were younger. Like, I was on my YouTube channel, like posting our podcast, and I was looking at the old videos of them. I really did just put them out all the time, and they were adorable. I mean, they were
Oh, yeah.
perfect content, perfect candy for people to want to see, and they liked it too. But now I definitely, because I pull out my camera all the time. I'm just that type of mom. Like, I'm always taking pictures or videos of every cute thing they do. And now they will tell me, this isn't for your Instagram. This is not going online, right? Before they agree to let me even like film family moments. And sometimes they say yes. When you see them online, they've said yes. Harry, my 4-year-old, no, he doesn't get a voice yet. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, with the girls, oh my gosh, Sam had a sleepover this weekend, and the drama that she told me about what happened. I mean, she called me to pick her up early because Sam is no drama, no fuss. I wish I could tell. I actually thought of you when I was driving home, because you know how you're trying to like produce a reality show? It's like,
Yes.
Sarah needs to do a reality show where they stick cameras in with teenage girls, like for a sleepover, not in, I guess, a creepy, pervy way, but just to like capture the drama. Cause I could watch that all day long as it's not my kid. Like, the drama was just incredible. But I can't share that stuff. I've already said too much. I've already gone too far. But I know.
It's
But yeah. But this is bothering me so much. And I feel like I could get maybe really good advice from other women out there that have gone through this journey before me. This one thing I do want to talk about. So, my ex and I, my little guy's dad, we've been separated for a little over a year, like a year and 3 months. We're not divorced yet, but we've each have dated, and he is in a serious relationship now. And it's gotten to the point where they're going to be moving in together, which means my son is now going to be living with this woman part-time. So the offer has come up of, would I like to meet her? Would I like to have coffee with her? And I feel like part of me wants to pretend that she doesn't exist and just be like, no, like, you're moving to a new address, but you're there by yourself. Like, she's not in my world. But then, like, the responsible little voice on my shoulders, like, you'd probably feel better if you met her, if you knew her, that, my child is going to be living with her. But how does that go? How do you meet your ex's current love interest?
like, you totally kill her with kindness. Like, you show up with a gift and you're like, let me buy you coffee. I'm so happy you guys are together. Tell me about your life. What do you enjoy about Harry? Like, what do you guys like to do together? Like, throw her off, because she's expecting you to be, standoffish, skeptical, because, yeah, she's like coming into your territory. So I think you just kill her with like, totally shock her. How are you?
I was thinking about, because I've played this through in my head a million times already. I have fake interviewed her in my head several times. And I was thinking back, I don't know, did you watch Sex in the City a lot? Like, when it was
Yes.
big? Do you remember there's the episode where Carrie's dating Mr. Big and she meets his ex-wife, and like, she pretends to be friends with her and everything? Anyway, I'm replaying it in my head like that. Like, it threw Carrie off that his ex-wife she was calm, she was collected, she was, gorgeous, but she was kind and sweet, and it made her crazy. Like, why did he ever break up with her? So I was thinking I might play that angle, because like you said, I'm sure she is scared. Like, I'm going to tell her off that she's, you know, living with
Yes.
my husband, because we are still married, which makes it a little awkward. But I mean, we've been separated for so long. Like, I guess, oh God, I don't know. It's not okay, but I guess I have to make it okay. So yeah,
What's your
I think I should play it like I'm bigger than this situation, even if inside I'm like dying inside.
like what's your I mean, do you want like what's your gut? Do you want to meet her?
I feel like no, like my instinct is a no, I want her to not exist and I want to pretend this is not happening in my life. But she does. She does exist. And I think it's like it's the grown-up move as a parent to know the person that your child is spending time with. Like, aren't we supposed to do that as grown-ups, as
Yeah.
parents? I feel
And
like
oh my
that's maybe true.
here's my annoying therapy hack because this is all therapy is like tell me what's coming up for you, what's the fear around meeting her, what are you afraid, that's all the therapist does, and then of course I'm like I have
True.
a million fears. What's
Ugh.
like what does come up for you, like what are you, because it's nerve like are you upset, like are you worried like Harry's gonna really like her, are you worried
Well,
that you're
yeah,
like moving
of
on?
course. It's awful. It's because I want her to be nice to my child and I want his time with her to be enjoyable. But I absolutely don't want her to be like another mom in his life. That's my job. That's my role. Like, and he and I have such a special bond that, yeah, I totally feel threatened. Like, I want her to be nice, but damn it, if she's nice, is he going to like her more? And the other thing I'm worried about is like he picked a woman that is the complete opposite of me. Like he went for career driven. She's super successful. She's like a partner in a firm. She owns her own house. She is everything that I'm not. So I think part of me is terrified that I'm going to sit down and meet her and be like, crap, like it's going to bring out all my insecurities of what was wrong in the marriage, if that makes sense. Like what
Yeah,
I didn't provide to him, he's now found in someone else.
I applaud you for saying out loud what everybody we all fear and feel.
This is therapy.
Well, and here's the thing, right? Okay, this is what my therapist would say, but you have to do what's right for you. But in a way, don't you want Harry to love her? Because, don't you want them to make your life easy? It's really to me, if I were getting divorced, it all comes back to what makes my life easier, right? And I would want them to have a great relationship because then, like, as you're growing on, you're building your brand, you're doing these things, Harry is with them in a safe environment. Because if Harry hates her, you're going to think all weekend long, every time he's gone, oh my God, is she kind to him? Why does he hate her? What's going
Yeah.
on? If Harry loves her and they have a ball, how lucky are you? That gives you a weekend to be totally present with the girls, to know that Harry is safe and emotionally safe and having a great space. It does take a village. It's like I love when I see KJ like run to his little nanny and like hug her and like he hangs on her like she's his other mom. I love it because I'm like, you know what? How lucky am I that I can let him walk out the door at 8 a.m. and know this woman loves him as much as, if he were her own. Like
Yeah.
it's again, it's easier said than done.
But
But
you're so right. You're so right.
I mean, and if your ex is happy with this woman, thank God, thank her. Like you've been cleared for the way to like do all this work on yourself. Your next chapter, you're going to attract the best man ever. That's like perfect for you. So like, I would give her a shot to like totally succeed, and also terrific. Hopefully, she's rich. Your ex needs nothing from you. In fact, wants to leave even more money to Harry. Fabulous. Fabulous. How can this work for Natasha? That's all you've got to think. How does this work for me? How does this work for Harry? How does this work for the girls? That this is like, I want to set this up. But girl, this is hard to do. I am not saying this is like, this is very hard to do because they are going to do things that they're going to completely get under your skin. They're going to do shit that you are like, I would never do that. I would never say that. Everybody, it doesn't matter. Even if they're like healthy, normal people, like people
Yeah.
don't do things the way you want all the time.
No, but you've like you're my hype girl now. I'm gonna call you right before I go in to meet her because you've totally hyped me up now. Like this is a good thing. Okay, this can be
Well,
okay.
I would
What
give
do
her,
I ask her? What do you say? Because I feel like it's like an interview basically. I mean, it's me the purpose of it is for me to feel more comfortable that my son is going to be living with this woman who right now is a complete stranger to me. Know nothing about her. I've tried stalking her on social media. She's like a ghost. She's nowhere. So this is my chance to get to know her. What do you say? What do you say to your ex's current significant other?
I just like I would talk to her like you know, like when you and I first got together. It's like we hadn't seen each other in how many years, you
Yeah.
know? And it's like you're both a little nervous, but it was like, "Oh my God, tell me about you. Like tell me what you've been up to. Like how's life?" And you know, I mean, maybe you just I don't know. This is where I need listener advice, but maybe you just
Yeah.
say to her like you know, I am nervous to meet you because you know, you adore Harry. Like that is your only goal in this, you know? So it's just like I want you to take good care of Harry. Like, you know, I mean, it's kind of an emotional little moment, but I mean, that's what you want. Like, you want to find out, you know, how's she going to treat Harry and have fun, and like, what does she do for other things? Being a lawyer is so stressful. You know, like, what does she do? Does she have any hobbies?
From the little bit my ex told me about her, she sounds like some sort of like almost like annoyingly good person. Like she helps with foster kids and she does work for the community, like for the Native American Indian community. And like she sounds good on paper. She definitely sounds good on paper. So I
I'm
think I'm just
curious.
gonna go in there like that. I've thought in my head, I don't know, you should tell me if I should say this or not, because I've been playing it in my head. I was gonna say something like, you know, because my ex and I right now are going through like we're not agreeing. It's the reason we're not divorced yet because we cannot come to an agreement on our final divorce agreement. So I could say to her, like, you know, I know Bleep and I are having some issues right now, but I've always believed in you don't punish the other woman because you're having problems with the man. You know, I've never liked when women go after, you know, their spouse cheats on them, so they go after the other woman. Like it's not her fault. Your problem is with your man. So I've thought about maybe breaking the ice by saying something like that, like as long as you're good to my son, you and I will have no problems, you know. His problems are between he and I. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because when people say, as long as you're good to my kids, we don't have a problem, it's basically like a veiled threat of like,
Well,
you
yeah.
I'm coming for you, right? She already knows that. She already knows that.
Do we know that she knows that though? Are we sure? Maybe like I could say it with a smile.
Look, I want listeners to message to DM you. But to me, if I were you, I wouldn't even, because this is your very first meeting, I wouldn't
Yeah.
even bring up, I would literally try to engage her in, like, tell me about your life.
So
Did you
keep
always
it all
grow up
surface.
here? I would, yeah, just like begin to, because it gives you information, right? It gives you information.
Mhm.
Where is she from? What is she like? I guess she has never been married before, right? Or has she?
That part I'm a little unclear on. She might be divorced. I'm not sure, but she doesn't have kids. Has no kids. That part I know.
Well, maybe she's
And
been
she's
married
my
before.
age.
And you know, I would just like I would save that to like you never know. Like maybe she's been married before, and if she says like I've been through a divorce, like I know what you guys are going through. Like I hope you're doing. Then that
That
like
would be
opens
great. I would
that opens
love that.
for you to say, yeah, we're having a tough time figuring this out, but you know we'll get there. And you know because even though we all come to situations with fear, like you really do have the upper hand. Like I mean you have Harry, you know you had this guy before, you know, and you're the key to like making this, she is too, but you're the key to kind of making this a comfortable, you know, good moving forward, right? Because if you're cool with it even on the
Like I'm
inside of
setting the
your
tone.
yeah, you said now again, look, things may take a huge left. This one might be a huge biatch. And then we'll be doing a podcast in 3 weeks and we're like, fuck this chick. Like, how do we take her down? But I think we should give her a chance. And like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't even, because again, you also come with a lot of popularity. Like most people, I'm sure she knows who you are all about,
I've
you know.
wondered that. Like, has she searched me up? Do you
Yeah,
think?
she's a lawyer. Yeah, these lawyers, yeah, believe me.
True.
Oh, come on. We know so many lawyers. Yeah. They know they do all the, yeah. And they're all like super organized because of
They
course
do
they
their
got to
research.
interpret these laws. So they know what they're, yeah.
I don't think
But I,
there's any woman on earth that is so confident in herself that she does not Google the other woman. Like, there's no woman. You do that, right? Well, I mean,
oh,
so if you and Dan got divorced and
well, believe
Schman
me.
met somebody else, you would look her up, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And I'd be seething and I'd hate every moment of that bitch. But so I don't want to make it out like I'm some martyr over here. I would hate her. But I would say to myself, what is the ultimate goal of like my kids? I want my kids to I just want Schman to be with somebody that is kind to Schman and kind to my kids because that's going to it's really all about me. Speaking of narcissists, how is this going to make my life good, good.
Yeah.
And no, it would be very hard. Like I mean, I am madly in love with Schman. If Schman were to leave me I would not be able to do this in like a month's time at all. But I think as somebody looking at your situation with no emotion, this is the way I would say to handle it. But again, listeners who have been through this may have a totally
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm definitely posting this clip on my Instagram because I need some feedback here. And hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt that I talked about it. But I think we kept it in a very just real, real way, not like a trash talk. There's nothing wrong with this, right?
No, this is not giving away any family secret or
All right, good.
no. Oh my God,
maybe she'll be like super insightful and she'll like bring me a gift, like a thank you gift, like thank you for putting in all the hard work that now he's capable of being in a good relationship. Because really, I did all the work. I did all the training. Like she's getting a fully housebroken, trained significant other. All right, good. I feel good about it.
Yeah, you should. Right? Because what's the alternative, right? I mean, you guys aren't you're not going to get back together, right?
Oh God, no. We were no. That's not happening ever.
So, your alternative is he's going to meet somebody else. So might as well. Hopefully this works for them.
That's the part that's out of my control. And I say that all the time to listeners, like focus on what you can control. I cannot control that he got into another serious relationship so quickly because it's way too fast for my taste. That's the part that bothers me, to be honest, because I wanted Peter I used to pray that he would fall in love with somebody because then maybe he'd, get off my ass if he was happy and in love. And, and I want the same for my ex, for him to fall in love. I'm not a big fan of how quickly he did it, but that's out of my control. That's done. I cannot focus on that because there's nothing I can do about it. He's met this woman. He's in love with this woman. They're living together. They're probably going to get married the day that he and I get divorced. So the best I can make of it is handle it with maturity, get to know her, know that Harry's in good hands, and be thankful for that. Because honestly, Sarah, Harry did tell me, he brought her up the other day and he said that, she's just the nicest grown-up ever. I love when grown-ups are nice and kind. I'm like, okay, my 4-year-old says that to me. I mean, come on. That's pretty good.
I mean, God, I hope because you deserve to have like just this peaceful, copacetic, ex. So, oh my God, I hope Harry loves her. How great that you can trust her, because God, I think so many people listening too, their exes move on with people that
horrible people,
horrible that they can't trust. They don't trust around their children, may have addiction issues, all these things. It's like, oh, how scary that you have to send your child to that home. So I hope for you, she's like the most like, wow, terrific. You've got it all together. Fabulous.
I just got to pick out something amazing to wear because I do have to look amazing. I mean, come on. I'm going to put more thought into this outfit than any date that I've been on.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see what the listeners have to say too.
All right, so should we move on to how you're going to be in jail and I'm never going to see you again?
I'll be doing this. Will you accept this collect call from the Los Angeles County Jail?
Seriously. What is wrong with you, my friend?
Great. I don't know. Okay. You want to talk about self-reflection? Maybe you can help me. I don't even know how to self-reflect on this. So I got a traffic violation in the state of Los Angeles for failure to stop at a red signal, right? Okay. Apparently in the state of California, these have become a huge deal where you either get a $450 fine and points off your license. So your insurance automatically is going to be going up because you're at risk. Or you have to go to court.
Running a red light.
Running a red light. Or I now have to hire, this is what I don't even know what lesson I can learn. For the third time in my life, I'm getting ready to hire a traffic attorney to represent me in court to fight this, because if I admit guilt and get points taken off my license, this will be I could potentially have, I don't even know if I have points on my license. If I do, and I get more, I could lose my license for the
What do you mean you don't know if you have points on your license? How do you not know if you have points on your license? Maybe this is a good place to start.
What's the look back? When I was on the Kane Show, when I was 30, so that was 10 years ago, I lost my license for 6 months, but I actually only lost it for 3 because I hired an attorney. I went to court because I got 4 speeding tickets in the course of a year, which is considered delinquent driving between Maryland and DC, and you automatically lose your license for 6 months. So I don't know. Okay, did they look back 10 years? I would think it's been 10 years. So I would think no.
I would think fall off after a while. They disappear, right?
I hope. So okay. I'm going to court.
So you have to, but here's my question for you about fighting it. Don't they have cameras for this? Isn't that how you got the ticket in the first place?
Yes.
So how are you going to say you're innocent when they have a video of you driving through a bright red light?
Well, so until I retain the attorney, they don't tell you their strategy. They tell me that they have an 80% success rate of getting it thrown out of court. Or what they tell me is if you lose, which you're right, there's cameras, so probably going to lose. What they do is negotiate for you fewer points off your license and no traffic school. Because if you go to traffic school, then that's on your record. It implies that you have issues driving, all this stuff. So they said you're better off going to court, at least getting a reduction in fine, reduction in all this stuff, because that will at least help you. And then hopefully we get no points, so it will not be reported to your insurance company.
What? I have all the questions. What does Schman have to say about this? Did he let you have it?
No, he's not really. Well, he doesn't know about the attorney yet. He doesn't know that we're retaining an attorney.
Oh, my God.
Before you and I did the podcast, I just got off the phone with him and I was in complete shock. And I'm going to get a second opinion, but I read these guys have 4.5 stars on Google for getting people out of tickets. And I think it's legit. No, Schman is going to be are you fucking kidding? I am worried because I told you, this is my fear. We were getting ready I need to buy a car. We always had one. We had one car for the past 5 or 6 years. Cause when we lived in Arlington, we lived on the metro line. I worked from home. I just took the metro if I needed it, blah, blah, blah. So obviously in California, everybody drives. So I was just getting ready to buy a car. Schman's going to be why should we buy a car? And I'm kind of with him. I'm should I buy a vehicle? Because this happens to me constantly.
Do you, great. Because here's the thing, go back to the 4 traffic tickets in 1 year, speeding tickets. What happens after the first or the second that you aren't then scared to not speed anymore? I think we need to focus on the disconnect about, when we punish our child, our toddler for doing something and he goes to timeout. A 4-year-old remembers that the next time. And if a 4-year-old is on his 4th time going to timeout for the exact same instance of throwing his blocks at his sibling, I know he's making the connection. So how are you not making the connection that I get in trouble? So next time I'm driving, I need to not do it again. What are we missing there? Do you just like get it and then just forget about it?
I I
You don't know.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, okay, with the speeding tickets, right? So okay, the first of all, I never knew that there was a law that if you got 4 tickets, I just figured, okay, my insurance is gonna go up. This is gonna suck. Like, I didn't realize there was, like, even beyond consequences. Same with this fucking ticket. Like, I guess I'm just like, aren't people out there driving DUI? What, like, and then this is, I guess, very entitled, but I'm like, aren't there people doing DUI? Aren't we worried about them? Why are we worried about, like, how I'm gonna lose all these points and everything? Like, what? I'm an upstanding citizen. What is this?
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know. I have no rhyme or reason for that. I don't know.
So maybe instead of focusing on why we need to change the system, we need to get Sarah to understand that there are rules, and when you break them, there are. Did your mom never punish you as a kid? Is that
Yes, I was wondering. Yes,
we need
no,
to blame your mom for this?
I don't know. I am always in trouble when it comes to driving. It's so weird. It's so weird.
It's all right. We need to get you. We need to get you one of those student driver stickers on your car and get you enrolled in a driving school. I'm dead serious, Sarah.
Oh my God.
You need to.
I am.
You need to make some drastic changes. Make the world a better place, a safer place.
No, unfucking like. I don't even know. I don't know. Now I'm like, I don't even know if I should buy a car. This is just, I should let somebody else drive. I just feel like driving is not my strong suit. It's just not. Like, you know how you're just good at things in life and not good at others? And I think for whatever reason, driving, like I don't make, I don't know. Like, I mean, I do make good split second decisions because knock on wood, I haven't been like in an accident. You know, it's just like these violations. Oh, I guess I don't make good violation decisions.
You
Does that
think?
make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh,
You must. Maybe you're such a dreamer that your mind is just always thinking of other things when you're driving and not about this light is red, therefore I should stop.
actually, you know, I'm going to use that as my defense for the
I'm a
judge.
dreamer.
Your Honor, I am a dreamer. And you can understand that here in California, the land of dreams here in California. And I have so many, Your Honor. It's very hard to decipher red from yellow. Maybe I'm colorblind. Maybe I could get a test to see if I'm colorblind. That could be it. There's my defense.
And that has to do with speeding tickets, Al.
Well, I know this is a red failure to stop
Oh,
for a
that's
red.
just for this. That's right. The speeding tickets are in the past.
So if I could
Maybe. Why don't you
colorblind.
give like the eye doctor a little wink wink, a little something something. Be like, hey, Mr. Eye Doctor, what's it gonna take? Say I'm colorblind.
Anyway, I will be going to. I want my day in court. Damn it, I'm going to court.
I don't know how you're gonna fight something where they have you on film, but best of luck to you, my sweet friend. I promise that I will send you money for commissary when you're in jail, so you can eat ramen noodles.
Thank you. Terrific.
You're welcome. That's what friends do.
Well, I love you. All right. Where can people follow you? People need to give so much advice on this podcast. And if anyone's a traffic lawyer in California, in Los Angeles, please feel free to reach out. And actually, there should be our next sponsor. Are you an attorney that deals with traffic violations? I could fully be your spokesperson, like 100%.
If you can turn around Sarah, then just like imagine the publicity. I love it. It's like one of those really shocking before and afters. Oh yeah, the question. I'm on social media. I don't know. It's at Miss Pink Monster, at MS Pink like the color, Monster like Sarah's driving.
Oh, so true. At the Sarah Fraser Show. All right, we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.